Jamie, obviously you were supposed to fight back in December, got relocated to now. I guess were you cool with it being rescheduled? Were you a little disappointed that you had to wait, or was it worth keeping the matchup together?
It was a little disappointing because I had a lot of things going on in this month, and I had to push some things back, and it kind of messed up my schedule. I took the fight because it says it's going to be December. I said I can do this before I have to do all this stuff, and had to push some things around, but I'm still grateful to be here.
I was going to say, I mean, obviously main card of a pay-per-view. I feel like outside, of course, of the main event, this bout might be getting as much attention as anything on the card. So are you feeling that attention? Are you feeling, does it feel like a different kind of fight to you at all?
All the attention's on Bo. So I kind of like it that way. I don't really like, as you know, I don't like cameras. So all the attention's been on him, so I'm happy about it.
Yeah. So what do you think? I mean, obviously, as you said, all the attention's on Bo. He's this can't-miss super prospect, future champion. They might as well give him the belt now. What do you see, when you evaluate him? What do you actually see as an opponent?
I see another athlete that's ready to compete. I'm ready to compete. He's ready to compete. The UFC is paying me for a test, That's what I am. I'm a test for him. I'm not stupid. They want to see if he can fare against somebody that's good all the way around. I'm not really great at one thing, but I'm good everywhere. So they want to see how they do with me, and I plan on spoiling the party.
I love it. Last thing for me, and you said it really well there, knowing that all the attention's on him, knowing that, what your role is. I mean, you laid it out perfectly there. What's the most important thing this week, whether it be mindset during the week, whether it be something on fight night? I mean, what do you think is the most important thing in this fight or in this week for you to be successful and to play that role of spoiler?
I need to make sure I remember who I am, what kind of athlete I am. Be athletic, be fast, be first.
Jamie, over here. Obviously, Bo, he hasn't even reached a minute half in any of his professional fights. He has obviously his extensive wrestling background. So how much can you watch on him to prep, knowing I'm sure he's working on other things besides just his wrestling right now?
Oh, he has hands. He has good striking. Obviously, his wrestling is the most important thing to his arsenal. That's what he's been working on his whole life. But then I don't really have much to watch on him. But at the same time, to be honest and not sound cocky or anything like that, I really don't care. It's a fight. Doesn't matter if I was fighting Israel or John Jones or whoever the other greats are. I'm going to go in the same way. I'm going there to fight.
So when he signed to the UFC, he wasn't a name that stuck out to you like, oh, everyone knew who he was even before he got to the UFC. He was just another guy that they brought in through the Contender Series?
I didn't understand who I was signing up to fight. I was just like, my manager was pushing it, everybody's pushing it, and I was like, just fall. I was like, all right, man, I'll do it. They said more money, I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Sure.
I didn't really realize who I was fighting. I'm not lying. I swear I did not know who he was. Everybody else knew who he was except for me because I'm not really big into the wrestling like that. So I don't watch wrestling or anything. So they told me who he was. I told my coach. My coach was like, okay, so we got to do this, this, and that. I'm like, what's the sense of urgency? What's going on? So I started asking questions. I found out who he was. Oh, okay, cool.
So has fight camp felt differently with that sense of urgency preparing for Bo?
No, because it got pushed back. It was so close at the beginning. They were like, all right, we got to do this. But since it's been pushed back, it's been like a regular fight camp.
Jamie, over here.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going? You mentioned to me when we were doing our interview that you got a chance to work with both Chris Weidman and Chris Honeycutt. What was that training like, getting to work with two really high-level wrestlers for your opponent on Saturday?
Miserable. Miserable, I'll be honest. Miserable. But I learned a lot, and after the month was over, I was very confident. In the beginning, I was like, I'm going to die. But then after the month, I got, acclimated to what we were doing. I'm fine.
Did Chris give you any advice going into this fight? He had a fight against Anderson Silva years ago where people were counting him out.
Yes, he gave me a lot of advice. He's been the little person on my shoulder every day talking to me. Honeycutt too. Salter, they've been talking to me and getting me prepared for the wrestler mindset. And I'm ready, man.
Just last one from me. Bo obviously comes from the wrestling community. There's a lot of passionate fans. Have you had to deal with any of that on social media leading into this fight?
These people are crazy. I mean, I've never had this much hate mail. I was like, dude, it's bringing my family into it. I'm like, it's not this. It's a fight, guys. Calm down. He's seems like a nice guy. I'm a very nice person, so it won't be any animosity or hate. We're just two competitors. We're gonna compete. The UFC wants to see where he's at. I'm the test. And in my humble opinion, I don't think he's gonna pass the test. I'm a competitor. I come to compete.
Hey, Jamie, over here. You know, obviously, as you've said, you know, all the hype's around Bo here. You know, you have an opportunity to be one of the biggest UFC upsets in history, betting-wise at least. You know, do you embrace that opportunity? How do you feel about it?
Yes, sir, I do. I embrace it big time. I've been counted out my whole life. Since I was born, I was counted out. I'm always going to be counted out. Win or lose this fight, I'll be counted out in other ways. So being counted out doesn't really bother me.
Awesome, awesome. One last question for you. Obviously, you know, you're getting a fight on a card that's headlined by John Jones, big main event. You know, what's your take? Who you got winning that one?
I don't know. It's a fight. I got both of them. I love fighting. I love watching people fight. I love watching competitors compete who want to compete. And they both are very big competitors who want to win. They're going to get after it. Same thing with me and Bo and the rest of the people on the card. We're all competitors. Whoever's going to compete the best is going to win. So, whatever. Thank you, guys.